news out of our Nintendo 3DS event today here in New York, as the system will launch on March 27th for a price of $249.99, and we're sort of defining a launch window period from that March 27th date until E3 in June, and in that period we'll have about 30 titles available. There are three first-party games from Nintendo that we've identified as launching within that launch window. Those are Steel Diver, Nintendogs Plus Cats, and Pilot Wings Resort. For the longtime Nintendo fan, we have The Legend of Zelda, The Ocarina of Time 3D, and Kid Icarus Uprising coming out in 2011. We don't have a more firm date than that, but we do have the games playable here so people can get a sense of what they're like to play on Nintendo 3DS. Something that will be packed in with the Nintendo 3DS on the hardware is a game called Face Raiders, in which you actually take pictures of yourself and they fly around in these humorous depictions and you shoot them down. Can't say exactly when the Virtual Console service will launch for Nintendo 3DS, but we do have a couple games here to show off what it's capable of. We have Super Mario Land, which was an original Game Boy title, as well as Link's Awakening DX, showing off what a Game Boy Color game would be like on the system. The philosophy behind the Virtual Console is really to give the original game experience, so those won't have any 3D content. They'll be in their original 2D form. Nintendo 3DS sort of takes a different approach to the concept of friend codes, where you have one that is linked to the specific hardware. So it's not on a per game basis, and we're making it easier than ever to exchange friend codes. So if you have friends nearby, you can do it through local wireless. You won't need to input anything. And once you have it in, you can see which of your friends are online and what they're playing. So it's a pretty robust system. I think fans will enjoy it quite a bit. The system does come with a 2 gig SD card, but that's upgradable. It seems as though the largest size out there is around 32 gigs. That'll work, but a 32 gig card is pretty big, and I think we have a lot of storage options out there for fans. Well, recording the battery life as being 3 to 5 hours when you're playing a Nintendo 3DS game, but your mileage may vary. That depends on a number of factors. There's different, screen brightness settings, the volume you're using, what sort of wireless functions you're using as well, and also, whether you're using 3D or not. The 3D screen, sort of the way that works, it's almost like you're powering 2 screens, so it does require more energy, and we're trying to make it as efficient as possible, and seeing what we can do on the game side to make that as efficient as possible. And we're also trying to make sort of the way that the system is charged a bit easier for people to do as well. The system comes with a charging cradle, so hopefully it's something you can just set it down when you're not using it, charge it up, and then take it back with you. So Nintendo 3DS has an activity log in which it'll track a number of different things that you do, either playing games, or it has sort of a pedometer feature where you can walk around and it'll tell you how much you've been walking, and you'll get these coins that can be used in presumably a number of different ways. We don't have a lot of specific details on how those will be used, but there is a reason for those, and that's something that we might be able to talk about a little bit further out. Nintendo 3DS comes with a new control interface, which is the Circle Pad, which is on the left side directly above the Plus control pad. So developers can choose to use traditional controls with the Plus control pad, or if they want analog control, that's where they can use the Circle Pad. And since the Nintendo 3DS is designed as a clamshell, there's not really any concern about there being damage to that when the system's not in use, since it's closed off. So that's available for people to use as they're playing games. It should open up a lot of new opportunities as far as bringing true analog control to handheld gaming. The Street Pass and Spot Pass features that we have are really unique to the Nintendo 3DS hardware and open up a lot of different communication and connectivity features for users. Street Pass is sort of a system-to-system communication where you can have game information running in the background and either during sleep mode, and that way you can interact with other users. And something that's neat about that is you don't even need to have the game going to have that information being pushed out and traded with others, and you can do it with multiple games at a time. It is possible to transfer Mii characters from the Wii to Nintendo 3DS. That's done wirelessly. And talking about Mii's, Nintendo 3DS has a really great new Mii Maker function, which has some new characteristics that you can put on your characters. And something else that's pretty neat is you can take a photo of yourself and it'll automatically create a Mii that you can then, you know, start editing. So again, just making the process a little bit easier for people to make a Mii that looks like them. Nintendo 3DS is coming out March 27th, and really seeing is believing with this hardware. So, you know, once we start our nationwide sampling tour, I hope everybody out there gets a chance to go check it out and play it for themselves and experience that great 3D without glasses for the first time.